Welcome back to our channel. Today, we delve into the fascinating world of giant bloodthirsty creatures out to kill. Here are 10 of the strangest and scariest Scandinavian creatures that even the fearless Vikings feared. So let's dive in. In Old Icelandic, Draga means ghost. But if legends are to be believed, this creature was far more terrifying than the average ghost. According to the legends, Draga's body could swell to enormous proportions, becoming much heavier and sometimes remaining undecayed for many years. This makes them akin to creatures such as zombies and vampires. The appearance of the Draga depended on how they died. Drowned men dripped water, fallen warriors had bleeding wounds on their bodies, hanged men appeared with a rope around their necks. In legends, Draga left their graves at night to jump onto the roofs of houses and frighten people. In medieval Scandinavia, the fear of these animated dead was so great that people wore special protective amulets, put special inscriptions on graves, which would not allow the deceased to rise from them. And also, thanks to the drawgrams, the custom of knocking 3 times at night arose in Iceland. It was believed that the deed knocked only once. The very word troll in Swedish means witchcraft. Some said that trolls lived in castles and underground palaces, scaring the locals with their size and magic. Others claimed that the rocks in the mountains were the trolls trapped in the sunlight. It was believed that trolls could be giants, the size of a rock, or as small as dwarves. Most legends describe trolls as extremely ugly creatures, ranging from 3 to 8 meters in height. Almost always the main feature of almost any troll is a large nose. Trolls were believed to be stony in nature, meaning that they were born from rock and were completely intolerant of sunlight, turning back into rock as soon as it hit them. Many legends say that trolls eat human flesh and that they like to devour people whole. Neki are water spirits found in the mythology of Norway, Denmark, Sweden, and Germany. Even today, some people in these countries believe that the insidious Neki, whose stories have become frightening urban legends, live in water and hunt people and animals. It is believed that these mythological creatures lure people with incredibly beautiful music. They can sing, play various musical instruments, and even whistle certain melodies that lure people to the water. Once the victim is near the creature's lair, the Nekas kill them and drag their bodies to the bottom of the pond. Locals believe the creatures are especially dangerous to children and pregnant women. The Kraken is a giant sea monster that Scandinavian and German sailors tell legends about. The Kraken's back is 1.5 miles wide, and its tentacles can encircle the largest ship. This huge back juts out of the sea like a giant island. The octopus has a habit of darkening the seawater by erupting a kind of liquid. Such a statement gave rise to the hypothesis that the Kraken is an octopus, only huge. According to the stories, this huge creature was like an island. When the Kraken attacked a ship, it would wrap its tentacles around the hull and capsize it. The crew would sink, and then the Kraken would swallow its victims. The Kraken is said to be so huge and powerful that it can grab even the largest warship with its tentacles and drag it to the bottom. Even more dangerous is the vortex that is created when the Kraken sinks rapidly. Sailors say the octopus can digest ingested food for up to 3 months. Garm is a huge, vicious 4-eyed dog that guards the entrance to the world of the dead. Garm is a guardian tied to a rock in the cave of Ganipa, which, according to legend, is covered with blood on the inside. He is also the biggest and strongest of the dogs. His howl is said to be one of the signs of the beginning of Ragnarok. Margug is a giant sea creature that appears before a storm and warns sailors of impending danger. According to legend, Margug is half man and half fish. The upper part of the creature's body is similar to a woman's, with the only difference that the fingers on Margug's hands are not divided but are connected by webbing. The lower part of the body is like a fish with scales, tail, and fins. Margug usually dives into the water and appears above the waves with a fish in his hands. When the creature starts swimming towards the ship, playing with the fish and throwing it towards the ship, the sailors fear for their lives. This is an omen that most of the crew will soon perish in a storm. If Margug eats the fish or throws it away from the ship, it means that the sailors will be able to save their lives in spite of a violent storm. Huldras look like young, attractive girls with long blonde hair. They are often so beautiful and charming that a human falls in love with them at first sight. The only thing that distinguishes a Huldra from a human girl is her long, cow-like tail, which she carefully hides. Huldras live richly. They have many horses, cows, and sheep, plenty of food, and rich clothing. Many stories are told of young, unmarried men who were enchanted by the beauty of Huldras and stayed with them for life. In this case, if a man is kind to her, loves her, and does not cross her, they can live together happily for a long time. Otherwise, if a man has fallen out of love with his Huldra wife, he will not be able to return to the humans. Then Huldra will appear before him in the form of an extremely ugly woman and harm him in every possible way until she burns him to death. Mara is an evil spirit, a demon that sits on a person's chest at night and causes bad dreams. Sometimes a person could even suffocate in his sleep under the weight of the demon. The English term nightmare are related to his name. Sometimes Mara was described as a disembodied spirit, but more often it was believed that she took on a female form with long, loose hair that she liked to comb. According to other legends, Mara was a black, scythe-like creature, very frightening, but also female. She can frighten people by appearing at night in courtyards or in front of windows, and she can also harm a person's health if she breathes on them. And there you have it, the captivating tales of some of Scandinavia's most enigmatic creatures. Remember to like and subscribe, and until then, stay curious.